They did say at the beginning that I was chosen, but I didn't really think of that so much. But I decided later on that I would do this, that I would write a book about it, and I would continue to try to make sense of it, because it became obvious that they weren't human beings, and they were highly intelligent, and they were here. And I couldn't turn away from that. My first experiences with them are extremely difficult. But then later, it became more tolerable, and I decided I would try to do what I could to make some sense of it. I was injured quite badly, and I had to go to the doctor, who told me I had a damage in my rectum. I was treated for it for 20 years because it was quite severe, and obviously something had happened physically. At first, I did not think that I had been accosted by what I saw. I thought they were people, and that it was somehow I had been hypnotized or given drugs or something that made me see them as strange beings. And I went to a forensic hypnotist called Dr. Donald Klein, who was the head of the New York State Department of Psychiatry. And Dr. Klein expected to be able to uncover the real faces that I would have in my memory somewhere, because we both thought that it was a crime committed by human beings, because at the time I was a well-known writer for other things, and some people didn't like my writing. They were against me politically, and I thought that that's what had happened. So when I was hypnotized by Dr. Klein, who had solved, at that point in his career, 72 criminal cases using his techniques, so they were very valid. It wasn't some nonsensical thing that goes on often with hypnosis. It was a serious, competent professional who knew what he was doing. All that happened was that the images and memories became more clear, but they didn't change anything, and I finally had to realize that on some level this had been a real experience, and not with human beings, but with something else. Well, gradually, yes, I was really traumatized, and I struggled with that psychologically for some years. My physical, the injury gradually healed, and so there was gradual improvement, yes. Extracted semen from my body, and therefore, since they also extract eggs from women, they're interested in creating something genetic. I would assume that they are creating human children on their own basis by the idea that I have children somewhere that I've never seen and don't know. And I wonder about their fate, what may happen to them, what their lives may have been like or may be like. That's very distressing. I've tried to communicate with these entities about this and have never succeeded in doing so. I haven't gotten any response that I know of. Other people have been shown babies. We were actually, Anne and I may have been shown a baby, but we were not, our memories of it are too vague. We can't be sure. But other people have vivid memories, both men and women, of being shown babies. This is a very intimate thing that's happening to mankind, and it's something that I guess our leadership can't face any more than most of us can. The blue ones are, I would say, they're workers, and they seem to have a very dry sense of humor, in the sense that they don't feel, there's no sense of menace about them. But the taller ones, about 5 feet tall at most, 3 to 5 feet tall. They're a little taller, but not that much taller, with the big black eyes, are very powerful. And when they turn and they look at you, you feel like they're not just looking at you, they're looking into you, into places in you that you yourself never go. It's powerful. This is a very challenging experience. I do think that the extraction of souls is part of it. And in my presentation today, I'll describe a specific experience that was written in a letter to us some time ago about someone having this attempted. As far as the increase of consciousness, it's true that when you get involved with the visitors, you get involved in the state of your own soul, and you begin to want to understand who and what you really are, and to know that you have a life after this, and that this life is preparation for it, and everything that will happen in your next life is dependent on how you live this one. It becomes of central importance in one's own life.